Your go-to-market starts way before you think. Let me explain. So we typically get calls from SaaS companies and they're in the final push and they're trying to create a product video, product demo. The problem with that is it's way too late. So typically software companies we see get a big round of funding, and if you're a software company, you probably can identify with this, but they get a big round of funding and then they just pour into engineers, right? And then it's 10 months, 18 months, however long of building this product, balls out, all focused, everybody's all in, and then at that final push, they're like, let's do a demo, let's do a product video, let's do an explainer, let's do a walkthrough. All that marketing gets crammed in there and all that content gets crammed in. Now the problem with that is it's way too late, right? You guys missed 10 months, 18 months of documentation, right? So typically, right, when you get funded, you get, let's just do a $, you got funded, and then it just goes into engineers. And then it becomes this long process, right, before the final product, This right here is where you win. And this is why I'm saying your go-to-market starts earlier than you think. When you guys are figuring things out, like this should be news right here. This should be PR and video. Hey, we just got a round of funding. This is our idea. This idea is now coming to fruition. Watch us build this idea. Right? We have an idea, it got funded, now watch us go out there and build it. That's documentation on its own, right? So this is the first step of documentation. The second is engineers. You want to be able to showcase what you're doing. So you need to document this, especially we're in San Francisco. This is a market where it's very competitive with tech. I'm talking about poaching talent. Now, if they see, if engineers start seeing this content early, you might scoop up a couple engineers looking to gain maybe a little bit of equity, maybe they want to switch roles, maybe you got a young engineer that's very, very capable of management that wants to move into some kind of management role and they're qualified here. So again, this is all marketing right here. So when you're engineering, this becomes video for a lot of things. Number one, it keeps people engaged in what you're doing. I'm talking about brand affinity. You guys have an idea. Everybody knows the idea. You guys got funded. Everybody knows the idea is coming. It is coming soon. So document it, right? Oh man, I'm so close. Imagine if you were a fly on the wall when Facebook was around or Facebook was getting created, or how they were solving problems with Google because the search engine was a little bit different. The algorithm was different. They were doing things different than everybody else. So imagine letting people in on that when it's already to an extent, right? Not giving away secrets, but imagine letting people in on the building, on the starting, on the problem solving, right? Give them a little tease, man. Show a little shoulder. Show a little bit of shoulder to let them know, hey, we're doing things, we're solving problems. These are the problems we're solving, right? All this stuff becomes very, very engaging, right? It becomes very shareable. It becomes connection to your people, right? You're already talking to your people before the product is even launched. And the beautiful thing with marketing nowadays, right? You got an idea, it can go to market instantly, right? In this case, you got to build it, but you already are going to market in a sense, right? Because you have content going out there documenting the story of the video, right? So you got all this space right here that is not documented. All this problem solving, all the people behind the brand, the teams, getting people closer to your brand, talking about the problems you're solving, talking about what impact it's gonna have on people. How is it gonna make people's lives better? This is what you're missing on right here. You guys are focused on go-to-market way down here, and that's a long gap between getting funded and go to market, right? You got all this in between that you guys aren't capitalizing. You guys want to capitalize on this little piece right here. This is the go to market piece. Let's do a product demo. Let's do a brand story maybe. Let's do a explainer. Let's do another couple testimonial videos. You want to cram all that in last minute. Those are basic things, right? Those are what everybody should be doing. You guys should be ahead of the game. Man, we made news, we got funded. Look how excited we are. We got funded because we're a good product with a good idea. Here's why it got funded. These are our next steps. Boom, boom, boom. Follow us for the journey. Engineers, we're starting to hire. We're doing rapid scale. I mean, even something as simple as I've seen tech companies start going crazy with the budget, And they put a lot into engineers, but then they also put a lot into culture, right? We're in San Fran, everybody's politically correct. So let's get a pool table, let's get kombucha on tap. Man, all that stuff is grounds for documentation, right? Maybe not to the investors, but to other people. And so you want to be able to capture like everything you're doing because you're setting culture. There's always an angle here when you think about what you're doing because hopefully you're doing it with purpose and you're just not spending money recklessly. Right? Hopefully you got purpose behind what you're doing. You have the target and you have the idea that you want to build. Hopefully that's you're locked on into that and you're building culture while you're doing it. This whole thing in the middle is about culture, right? Because you are building culture as you're hiring engineers, as you're bringing people on, as you're building code, as you're solving problems. Everything in between, as you're building out the company culture, as you're bringing on people, certain character traits. Why are you hiring these people? Like, what are you looking for in these people? Again, so you can poach people, you can do all kinds of stuff in this middle ground right here. So when you go to market, by the time you go to market, you're already heads up. People already know a lot of the players that have been involved in the whole journey. People already know what you guys are doing. They're almost customer testimonials themselves because they've seen this product. They know the idea, they already seen the product. They are so much closer to your brand if you start really, really early. You got this long journey, right? And if people could watch Jake Paul pour sand on himself, there's an audience that's gonna watch you build out some software and create a good company. So again, your go-to-market, you guys should flip that marketing hat on real early and say, you know what? Our go-to-market is gonna start a lot earlier now. Because now we have traction in the company, right? Let's say you don't get funded. You're bootstrapped. You're just gonna build it out. Then you start here. Man, we're bootstrapped. Jeff Bezos was in a garage creating Amazon. We got one picture out of that. Imagine if we can talk about he was documenting his vision and what he sees for it and how this stuff is. You don't have to release it as you're going, right? You can release teasers. Again, just show that shoulder a little bit. Give him a little something. You have all this space, and then you have all this space when everything is proprietary, when everything is locked up, and you own that algorithm, and you own that software, and you own rights to that, and you have it locked up. Then you can start rolling out promotion, and then hit them with the big stuff, right? You got ad commercials, you got brand stories, you got people behind it, you got office settings, you got culture you got to capture, all that kind of stuff, all those the customer testimonials, all the basic stuff that every company should roll out with. And then you have your advertising funnel as well. First touch point video, second touch point video, third touch point video, right? Knowing that you know where your people are. So again, do not skimp on the go-to-market strategy with video. Don't just wait till the last minute. Don't forget about the fact that you guys start a lot earlier than you think. So be in a position to build brand affinity throughout the whole journey, right? Even if you go bust, man, we ran out of money, we got no money anymore, and the company went under. Good, you got a whole story to tell online. Man, I managed this thing and I was doing great, but unfortunately, this is what happened with the economy. Macroeconomics took a turn, and our company no longer was funded for this last little piece. But I did manage what I needed to manage, and we were successful up until that point, right? Now you got a new job. Right? Or now you got notoriety so that when you do go to have another idea, when you do have a second round of funding or you go to get funded again, now you already got a name for yourself. Yeah, well, I've done this and it was a success. It may not look like a success, but I was managing it to the T, and for whatever reason, we didn't finish it out, But I managed what I needed to manage. Our team did what they were supposed to do. We built out and we were creating this vision the way we were supposed to create it. So again, don't start the go-to-market late as far as advertising because again, the product almost means nothing, right? Unless people know who you are. And this is why video is so important. You create a message in time, and you put that out. And the more messages you can put out, especially in the beginning, when we're talking about duplicating ourselves, we're trying to stay lean here, right? We're trying to create the product. You don't have the investment just yet to put into big managing people, right? Like the investment in people and management. You don't really have too much of that yet. We're still trying to stay lean as you guys build this thing out. So document every single thing and duplicate yourself, right? Every video is a duplication, right, of yourself, of the message, of the story, where it's going. So duplicate it, use it. Your go-to-market starts way before you think. I hope this was super helpful. If you guys need help with video, we always have angles to put around these things. This is the beauty of what we do. We love cinema, we love sales and business, and we just combine them both. And this is for your benefit. So call us right now, 415-888-9658, or download our free stuff.